So this Wood Stick Wednesday is going to be short and sweet because I don't know much about the maker of these sticks. These are made by a guy called Pete Burns. See the stamps there, and there's also a little sticker on there that says Exercise Equipment Co. and gives an address in Rochester. So I'd heard of Pete Burns as a stick maker, but know nothing about him, couldn't find anything online about him, and none of the other stick makers I spoke to or collectors seem to know anything about Pete Burns, with the exception of one guy. So there's a guy called Doc Nelson, and he's actually given me a whole lot of information about Pete Burns. And rather than me sort of retelling the information I got, I'm going to post it down below in the video, so take a look at that. There's one really interesting piece of info we got about Peter Burns, and that is that he kind of mentored a guy called Tom Ryan. Now we're going way back to box lacrosse in kind of, oh God, would be probably late 90s, kind of early millennium. And Tom Ryan, if you know Tom Ryan is, you remember he had huge dreadlocks, and he played in the NNL and was one of the few American players at the time that actually kind of made a bit of an impact in the NNL. And I remember meeting Tom Ryan actually in a tournament in Amsterdam, and he'd come over to coach the Crease Monkeys actually. So he'd received a whole load of concussions, I believe, and just kind of was stepping away from playing, and he was coaching at the time. But he acted as a mentor, Pete Burns did, to Tom Ryan. So again, I'm going to post that information down below. And it would seem that Pete Burns was a bit of a character. At one point he got arrested for pointing a rifle at a state trooper. So mention that in the text down below, so check that out. And he had an unusual crick in his neck, and there's various stories that go around. Whether he received that in a work injury or a lacrosse game, it's sort of all a bit unsure really. But check it out. But pick a couple of Pete Burns sticks. Very difficult to find, so I'm glad I've managed to pick these up.